Hey there, it's John Lund, formerly of KNBR and a lot of other places, but I really appreciate you tuning in. We're going to do 3 minutes on Blake Snell. This is kind of a series I do when news breaks, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes on, 3 minutes on. The way to find me right now, just follow me on Twitter, at John Lund Radio. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm going to be growing called John Lund Talks, and the reason why I say John Lund Talks, everyone goes, yeah, it's a podcast. Of course you talk. Yeah, I really didn't get a chance to talk before. So John Lund Talks, check that out on YouTube, and please subscribe. This is not my 3 minutes on Blake Snell yet, but that's the news you need to know. And just stay with me because I got a bunch of stuff breaking, a bunch of stuff that I'm working on and everything. We'll start, by the way, podcasts next week and lives because I want to interact with the listeners, the Sweet Clean listeners and all that kind of stuff. So we will start doing that next week on the YouTube channel, John Lund Talks. I will post it on Twitter as well, so keep up to date on everything. Much appreciated. Miss you guys, and I'm glad to talk with everybody. All right, let's do it. It's time. 3 minutes on Blake Snell. All right, it's time. 3 minutes on Blake Snell. Here's the thing. Everyone's freaking out. All the Giants fans are freaking out over losing Blake Snell. You can't lose something you really didn't have because Blake Snell came in late, was largely ineffective, did throw a no-hitter. At times was one of the most unhittable pitchers in baseball, but this was a desperate move by a desperate man who was trying to save his ass, and it didn't work. That's what all those signings were at the end of spring training, and beyond the baseball field, there's a thing called chemistry, and, well, the Giants never had it. So that's the Blake Snell story, but before we get to Blake Snell, there's a bigger side to this, because I'm going to save you a lot of anguish and a lot of grief. Buster Posey is not going to go out and spend a bunch of money. If we've seen anything, and some of the things are hearsay, he's going to hire this guy or hire that guy, but we know this. I know this because I talked to Buster Posey the day that he was hired. And here's the thing. How does he know how to build this thing? We always ask ourselves in the media, well, this guy's got a new GM, new coach. We got to learn this guy. What's he done in the past? Well, Buster Posey's done nothing in the past of a front office, and the only thing he knows is the championships in 10, 12, and 14. Well, how were those teams built? They were built through the farm system. They were built through timely trades, and Buster Posey's going to do that too. But he's not going to be a guy that's going to go out and spend $100, $200, $300 million. He's not going to give long contracts to pitchers. That's just the way it goes. So to save yourself anguish, are we getting Juan Soto? Are we getting Pete Alonso? No, they're not going to be under the Christmas tree. That's not the way that Buster Posey is going to do this. And I don't need to see years of him being the general manager or president of baseball operations to know that. So he's not going to do that. Think of guys like Sonny Gray, who will fit from a chemistry standpoint. Bob Melvin knows. Those are the kind of guys that are going to come into this clubhouse because Buster knows that it's not just about big names, it's about chemistry. And he also knows that he has time to build this thing the right way. Farhan knew at the end he was desperate. Oh, my God, Jorge Soler, let's get in Blake Snell. Now, Chapman worked, but it was the only one of the group that did, so they're not going to do that. That's the way that the Giants, I think, are going to operate. Now, back to Blake Snell and the Dodgers. Before we crown their ass, Dennis Green, and give them a championship, look on your screen right now. You see that? That's Ohtani pitching no innings last year. That's Tony Gonsolin pitching no innings last year. It's Tyler Glasnow getting hurt at the end of the year because that's what Tyler Glasnow does and throws 134 innings. That's 104 innings from Blake Snell, who was hurt most of the year and had all sorts of things coming in late with all sorts of problems. And then it's Yamamoto throwing 90 innings. So that's a combined, how many innings is that? 324, something like that? That's not a lot of innings from all these guys combined. That's their 5 starters. So, look, I'm not saying the Dodgers aren't going to be good, and I'm looking for a piece of silver lining. They're going to be good. But to say that this is like ESPN and everybody's freaking out, oh, my God, this is going to be one of the best rotations ever, really? Because the best ability is availability, and those 5 guys don't have it.